Welcome to segment number 6, and it's time to play Jeopardy for the Super NES. Here we go. Time to play the Jeopardy round. Here we go. One daily double up there somewhere, and we have these categories: history, famous quotes, opera, sports, initials, and finally, we're going to deal with some animals. Okay? Start things off. Animals 100.
The answer is...
To replace lost water, these desert chimps may drink 20 gallons or more at a time. What are camels? Let's have animals 200.
The answer is...
Named for a marsupial, this rodent drums on the earth with its large legs to communicate. What is the kangaroo rat? Animals 300.
The answer is...
These members of the squirrel family live in excavated towns, which may be populated by thousands of them. What are prairie dogs? Animals for 400.
The answer is...
Most species of these fabulously colored and plumed birds live in New Guinea, not in Shangri-La. What are birds of paradise? That's going to put me over, that's going to put me at $1,000. Animals for 500, please.
The answer is...
Well known as a pet, the golden variety of this mammal goes through pregnancy in only 16 days. What's a hamster? Well done in the category. We're up to $1,500. Famous quotes 100.
The answer is...
According to Reader's Digest, it's the best medicine. What is laughter? Oh, foop. Foop. Let's have the $200 clue in that same category.
The answer is...
Alexander Pope said it springs eternal in the human breast. What is hope? Have famous quotes for 300, please.
The answer is...
Stumpy British monarch who said when she saw herself imitated, "We are not amused." Who is Queen Victoria? Famous quotes 400.
The answer is...
In Trees, he claimed that poems are made by fools like me. Who is Joyce Kilmer? And famous quotes for 500.
The answer is...
This is the fourth. Ask this Virginia patriot just before dying on July 4th, 1826. Was Thomas Jefferson. And that's 2 full categories I've knocked in the head. Okay, let me have initials for... No, take that back. History for 100.
The answer is...
This nation's conquistadors called the New World El Dorado. What is Spain? It is indeed Spain. History 200.
The answer is...
Signaled to kill a vanquished gladiator, it imitated a sword thrust. What is a thumbs down? What is thumbs down? We'll go history for 300, please.
The answer is...
Century of both American and French revolutions. What is the 18th? History for 400.
The answer is.
The Treaty of Vareniging ended this conflict, which was more interesting than it sounded. What is the Boer War? History for 500. Then double. I'm gonna go all $4,000. Let's do it. The number of days between Napoleon's return from Elba and his final defeat. What was 100? Up to $8,000, and that's 3 full categories of knock. Initials 100.
The answer is.
The C in SPCA stands for this. What is cruelty? Animals 200.
The answer is.
The initials WC on a British lavatory stand for this. What is water closet? Initials for 300.
The answer is.
The initials of America's oldest civil rights organization. What is NAACP? What are NAACP? The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Let's have initials for 400, please.
The answer is.
The initials BTU stand for this in thermodynamics. What is British Thermal Unit? And let's have initials for 500.
The answer is.
The E in BPOE represents this word. What is elks? Uh-huh. 4 full categories now. Let's get the dreaded opera category out of the way. 100, please.
The answer is.
If you hear It Ain't Necessarily So, you are necessarily hearing music from this opera. Well, this is the first time we hear from Jenny this game, so let's see if someone else can cash in on the money. Porgy and Bess, that's where it's from. Alright. So Jenny has $100 now, and she'll make the next selection. Is she going to stay in opera? No, she's going to go to sports. Alright.
The answer is.
Olympic sport divided into freestyle and Greco-Roman. What is wrestling? I'll stay with sports for 200.
The answer is.
In basketball, it's dribbling with both hands or resuming to dribble after you stopped. What is double dribbling? That's correct. Sports for 300.
The answer is.
Baseball senior circuit. Jim. It's the National League, which is correct. Now Jim has a little bit of cash. He's got $300 and he gets to make the next selection. Sports for 400.
The answer is.
In hockey, where you're sitting, if you're in the sin bin. Oh, and Jenny had the unmitigated gall to lock me out. And it's the penalty box. I knew it. Oh well. So now she'll take second place, and she gets to make the next selection. Where are we going? She's going to finish out sports for 500.
The answer is.
Sport where you can find someone working on the chain gang. What is football? And that will put me in the 5 figures at over $10,000. No, not foosball. Football. There we go. We're up to $10,300. Offer 200.
The answer is.
In Verdi's Macbeth, he's killed right after singing a beautiful aria before becoming a ghost. Jim, who currently trails me by $10,000. Banquo. Mm-hmm. And now Jim and Jenny are tied at $500 apiece, 300.
The answer is.
This country's national opera company is the Ethniki Liriki Skini. Ethniki Liriki Skini. It is Greece. Mm-hmm. Jim takes second place to himself, and now we're going to look at the $400 clue.
The answer is
In the ring cycle, he is raised by a Nibelung. In the ring cycle. Jenny, you have the answer? Siegfried. That was the last clue. Then we move on to Double Jeopardy. Right now I have over $10,000, as I just mentioned, and that's only at the end of the Jeopardy round.
the answer is
Term for the speech that's sung between arias. Jim? Recitative. So Jim is up to $1,300. I have $10,300. Jenny has $900, so she's going to go first in Double Jeopardy. And as I mentioned, I have over $10,000. Let's keep it going. Here we go. We're going to deal with these as our 6 categories. 60 songs, actors and roles, islands, literature, the Navy, and finally, the universe. Okay. Jenny, you're in 3rd place. Let's start with you. Where are we going? We're going to the Navy for 200. And you got the first of the 2 daily doubles. You can risk up to 1,000. So she'll do just that. Here's the clue in the Navy. In the War of 1812, Captain James Lawrence gave this famous dying command, and it's don't give up the ship. She got it right. So you're in 2nd place, Jenny. You're at 1,900. You get to make the next selection. Actors and roles, 200.
the answer is
This star of Matt Houston has found paradise. Oh, I think I know it. Lee Horsley, okay. That wasn't my guess. I was thinking Don Johnson, but I didn't want to risk getting it wrong, but Jim busted in and got it right. Literature, 200.
the answer is
The novel that features Big Brother, who's watching you. What is 1984? The Navy for 400.
the answer is
Acronym for Women Accepted for Volunteer Emergency Service. What is WAVES? The Navy for 600.
the answer is
Nickname for the USS Constitution. What is Old Ironsides? The Navy 800.
the answer is
In the Declaration of Independence, it's after life, but in the Navy, it's after a long cruise. What is liberty? The Navy for 1,000.
the answer is
The U.S. Naval Academy is in this state. What is Colorado? It is not Colorado? Well, son of a biscuit. That's the first incorrect response given all game. It's in Maryland. Oh, poop. So that's the first bit of money that Whammy Incorporated is getting from this game, $1,000. Alright, literature for 400. The other daily double. And we know, Jim's gonna go 1,500. Alright, here's the clue in literature. Peg-legged pirate in Treasure Island. Long John Silver, that's indeed correct. And there are no more daily doubles up there, so let's go ahead and finish out the round. Islands, 200.
the answer is
The first communist state in the Western Hemisphere. What is... Okay, the first communist state in the Western Hemisphere. What is Hispaniola? No. Oh boy. So now we're at $1,200 that Whammy Incorporated is getting this game. Cuba! Cuba! Son of a biscuit. Actors and roles, 400.
the answer is
In this 1976 flick, Laurence Olivier drilled Dustin Hoffman for information. What is Marathon Man? I'll take actors and roles for 600.
The answer is
This inanimate object had a starring role in The Gods Must Be Crazy. What's a Coke bottle? Actors and roles for 800.
the answer is
In 1985, he got Lost in America with Julie Haggerty. Jenny. Albert Brooks got Lost in America with Julie Haggerty. Albert Brooks. Here for $2,900, Jenny, and where are we going now? The universe for 200.
the answer is
Earth's orbit falls between these two planets. And what are Venus and Mars? The universe for 400, please.
the answer is
A typical one has 3 parts: the nucleus, the coma, and the tail. What's a comet? The universe for 600.
the answer is
Some almanacs don't mention the fact that Neptune's third one of these was discovered in 1981. What is a moon? Let's have the universe for 800.
the answer is
The number of stars that can be found within our solar system. What is 1? Universe 1000.
the answer is
Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazzi discovered the first of these bodies in our solar system in 1801. What is an asteroid? Good for 1,000, right in the category. Islands for 400.
the answer is
In 1953, it was declared an integral part of Denmark. What is Greenland? Island 600.
the answer is
Island country where you'll find the Maori speaking Maori. What is New Zealand? Look at all this money I'm racking up. Islands 800.
the answer is
While Big Diamond belongs to Russia, Little Diamond belongs to this country. What is the U.S.? Oh, they cannot accept that answer. Something's gotta give. Had to go for the whole thing. The United States. Jim's right. He has $4,800, and we have a few clues left. Where we going, Jim? 60 songs, 200.
the answer is
The king of this rode the 3rd boxcar midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Oh. Jenny locked me out, and it is The Road, sung by, of course, the late, great Roger Miller. One of the best singers who ever lived. Okay? 60 songs, 400.
the answer is
Of Doo-Wah Diddy, Oogie Boogie, and the one not a hit in 1964. What is Oogie Boogie? Let's have 60 songs for 600.
the answer is
While Paul Anka was a lonely boy in the 50s, this singer was Mr. Lonely in the 60s. Who is Paul Williams? No? Ugh. Son of a biscuit. We're slipping. Bobby Vinton. Bobby Vinton was the one. Jenny's up to $3,700. Next clue, please. Literature 600.
the answer is
Of bacon, hog, or lamb, the one who wrote a dissertation upon roast pig. No. Lamb. Oh, I was thinking hog, so it's a good thing Jenny got me to the buzzer. Literature 800.
The answer is
Shakespearean comedy whose original title is said to be The History of Error. What's a comedy of errors? Oh, let's have literature for 1,000.
the answer is
Its sequels were Men Against the Sea and Pitcairn's Island. What is meaning on the balance sheet? There we go. Could we have 60 songs for
the
800?
answer is
Group that got around in the 60s being Up on the Roof, Under the Boardwalk, and On Broadway. Oh, I can never remember this one. Oh, wait a minute. The Drifters. Yeah, it just came to me. Ah. Herp a derp. Oh well. Anyways, moving on. Islands 1,000.
the answer is
Japan's largest city, highest mountain, and largest lake are located on this. Its largest island. Jim, you son of a biscuit. Honshu. I knew the answer to that, but he locked me out on the buzzer. But it's okay. At this point, I can't be caught. Actors in roles 1,000.
the answer is
David Bowie seemed at home portraying an alien in this 1976 film. Jenny. Looking for the man who fell to earth. Last clue.
the answer is
John Sebastian said explaining this is like trying to tell a stranger about rock and roll. Ah. Magic, yep. So Jim's gonna finish the double Jeopardy round with $6,800. Jenny has $6,100 and I have $16,900. Let's see what happens in Finals Jeopardy. Let's take a look at the category. Colonial America. Southernmost of the original 13 colonies. What is Georgia? So we know I'm going to win $17,000. We know that much. Will Whammy Incorporated profit any more cash? Let's find out.
the final Jeopardy answer is
It is indeed Georgia. Let's see if Jenny came up with Georgia. Yes, she did. She goes to $9,200. Did Jim come up with Georgia? Yes, he did. $12,600. I also said, what is Georgia? $17,000, and I'll see you all for that next segment right after this.